Well, Texas just got a little less ghetto, and before you call me racist, Jasmine Crockett is proud that she's ghetto, and she flaunts it regularly. Bye, Jasmine.
I fear the people in the United States are not suffering enough yet. And the proof of that is actually in the Texas primary races. Even the people that are trying to go more towards the center are still clearly so racist, but they don't even know how racist they are.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video,
I came across a video of so many people talking about Jasmine Crockett losing, the Texas primaries, a few nights ago. And so many people have been saying that there is just two reasons why she lost it. In fact, let's even resort it to one. Because she lost it to a palm colored guy, and to think that this lady is someone that have stood out for everyone. I'm so shocked that even her own party couldn't even save her at this point. Lot of things in my mind, but I'm just going to leave my thoughts to the end of the video. So let's go watch and see what people are saying. Then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit belongs to original creators of those videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So let's go watch.
Well, Texas just got a little less ghetto, and before you call me racist, Jasmine Crockett is proud that she's ghetto, and she flaunts it regularly. Bye, Jasmine. But I've also been seeing that Al Green is gone too, and that's actually not true. Neither him or his opponent reached 50%, and in Texas, they have to reach 50%. So both of them will go into a runoff later on, probably in May. Regardless, this is a huge win for America, and we are not sad to see Jasmine go, and we are hoping that Al is not too far behind.
I fear the people in the United States are not suffering enough yet. And the proof of that is actually in the Texas primary races. Even the people that are trying to go more towards the center are still clearly so racist, but they don't even know how racist they are. Because we had the opportunity to elect Jasmine, who's been a bulldog fighting for us. And you guys, all it took was a white Christian man that says all the right things to run for Senate, and then bam, he is the one. He is the one, even though he has not been doing shit. He's only been talking, but has he actually been fighting for the American people? No. And then you'll get things in comment sections like, oh, I don't think Texans are ready for Jasmine. I think that James is gonna be the one that it's gonna be elected. I don't think people are ready for her. Why are you not ready for Jasmine? Why are you not ready for Jasmine? Is she not Christian enough? Is she not gentle enough with her words? Or maybe it's because she's not fucking white enough for you people. There are moments where I feel like I want to care for people and what's going on, but moments like this remind me why we're all in this fucking mess, and we all deserve it. We fucking deserve it. We deserve it. Because we keep making the same fucking choices over and over and over that keep us with the toxic people that make the worst choices for us, only because they're white and they're Christian and they say all the fucking right things that you want to hear. I hope you like words.
So we can't let this go under the radar. Jasmine Crockett's response after James Tallarico was declared the winner, her statement, was probably one of the most powerful responses I have seen in the history that I've been doing politics. That was true leadership. She didn't just come up with this generic statement, thanking everybody and you name it. This was very clearly, we're in the fight for our lives. Know what we're fighting for. I know what we're fighting for. And this is what we need to focus on. And it was motivating. It was inspiring. It was dead serious. And it came from a place of selflessness, because right now she's not running for anything else. And it wasn't just her. Kamala Harris had endorsed her. And Kamala Harris also did not wait a second to endorse James Tallarico and make a similar kind of statement. And you wonder where all the other Democrats are. You wonder where the other Democrats are. They haven't endorsed James Tallarico because they're posturing. They're playing the political game. They got to think about their donor base. Is this the right time? I need to protect my brand. But Kamala Harris and Jasmine showed up as real leaders, knowing what we're in for, what we're fighting against. And I want to make sure we're all very much aware of that. These are the kind of leaders we need.
Jasmine Crockett got the same treatment Kamala Harris and Stacey Abrams got. Last night, Dallas County was not able to finish their voting or their counting due to Republicans who are white men cutting that shit off. And yes, James Tallarico won, and I'm not congratulating his ass. A mediocre white man who was racist towards a black man won. And the Republican Party made sure that he would win because they know he ain't about shit. I'm gonna make something very clear. James Tallarico, I feel like he's an underhanded Republican. He gonna be another John Fetterman. It's just gonna take some time for that to be unveiled. Jasmine Crockett went in swinging. She didn't even have a district to fight for her. She was boots on the ground for everybody. People in the ICE detention. She was there for disabled people, for black people, for women, for every fucking body. And once again, Texas decided that a mediocre white man was the best thing for y'all. How the fuck has that been going for y'all so far? I'm just asking for a friend.
Bottom line is that Jasmine Crockett lost her Senate race because of two reasons: racism and misogyny. And white leftists and POC, no matter how you try to gaslight we black Americans, and let me tell you something, you all need to get your PhDs in gaslighting because you're on that tip with us 24/7. But we're not stupid and we are not blind. The definition of insanity is doing the same things, but you expect different results. If that does not define the United States of America, I don't know what does, because you all continuously vote in these white men into power, and they do not demographically represent the demographic makeup of the United States of America. Just take a look at Congress, going all the way to the beginning. White people have always been overrepresented, and that continues. And once again, like we did after the presidential election, we're going to show you all much better than we can tell you that we are done putting on our capes, trying to save this nation that is already burning to the ground. And from where I stand right now, that may be what is necessary. We're already in World War III as we speak. But we're not going to continue to allow you to use our labor and expect us to clean up your messes after you show us how much you hate us. And you all definitely do not want Black American women to hold any real political power. Okie dokie. No matter what happens after the midterms, so be it. But you all voted for James Tallarico because he is a white man, period. And Black Americans, we know that. So, okay. Now, all of a sudden, let's come together. We have to stand together. Oh, and I love this one. You all are part of this nation too, and everything that's going on will impact you and affect you too. You all are brutally, willfully ignorant, believing the fairy tales that you call history. Do you think that what is going on in this nation right now is the worst that we Black Americans have had to endure? Okay, raise your hand, everyone, if you are part of a community whose ancestors were enslaved in the most brutal form of slavery ever devised. Our ancestors were meant to be enslaved perpetually. It was a status passed down to their descendants. So after chattel slavery supposedly ended, we still had to deal with Reconstruction, Jim Crow, slave codes, racial apartheid, redlining, police brutality, racially motivated domestic terror, systemic and institutional racism and discrimination that all still goes on to this very day. Raise your hand if you're part of that community. You all were taught about the so-called Great Depression in the 1920s, but while white folk who had lost everything during that stock market crash were offing themselves and many times their families too, for many Black Americans, it was situation normal. And in many cases, we were flourishing. Because during that same time, the Harlem Renaissance blossomed and flourished. The Greenwood District, that would soon be called Black Wall Street, was founded, and many other Black American enclaves across this nation were built and had the audacity to thrive. Because, see, Black Americans were locked out of the financial markets in the 1920s anyway. But to help you all with a more recent example, remember last year, all of those white farmers that were online whining and crying and complaining, and there were reports that some off themselves because they voted against their best interests because of their racism, and the tariffs tore their asses up, and they didn't have the common sense to build a business that wasn't dependent on the handouts that they had gotten for generations. Y'all remember that? Now, do you remember who you did not see? Black farmers. Because, see, black farmers had been discriminated against and didn't get the same government handouts that y'all want to call subsidies that white farmers have historically always gotten. So black farmers were hurting, but they were a lot more self-sufficient. And you didn't see them whining and crying. So black Americans, no matter what happens, even after the midterms, if fascists still hold power, we're going to be all right. Because we've had to be. We have been refined by fire in this nation. So again, we're going to show you all better than we can tell you.
The Texas primary was a self-fulfilling prophecy. People said that Jasmine Crockett wouldn't win. They heavily scrutinized her positions, her experience, her stances, which fed into more people saying she couldn't win. And subconsciously, everyone remembered how this country does not vote for qualified black women. Kamala Harris, Stacey Abrams, I could go on. And so people just kept saying that Jasmine Crockett wouldn't win, and then she didn't. And I'm trying to resolve the paradox here, because why do we keep expecting black women to save us and then not elect them to office? Why are you expecting them to work for free as community organizers at protests where it's very dangerous, but then not give them a salary, a title, and power to actually build up their states, their communities? In watching this campaign, Jasmine Crockett has had to conduct herself perfectly. She's had to answer the same questions, completely unruffled, consistent. I can see how much higher the standard was for her than for her opponent, who doesn't have to deal with the intersection of being a woman and black. And yeah, I'm just wondering, why do even, moderates, even conservatives, keep asking for labor from black people, from black women, and then turn around and say that she's unqualified for office? Georgia could have had Stacey Abrams and the US could have had Kamala Harris. That's all I'm gonna say.
Seriously, a lot of people in the US are not tired. They are literally not tired of what is happening with their economy, with their life, with their everything. I don't think people are actually very tired, because I've literally seen videos upon videos upon videos of so many people coming out to say, oh, Jasmine is woke, Jasmine is this, she's that, she's this, she's that. So you all don't like a black woman who love to speak out. You guys want them to be silent. You guys want black women who are quiet and not saying a word. You guys don't like black women who defend themselves and defend other people, because that's who Jasmine is. I've loved her from day one, that I found out who she is and what she stands for. She's somebody who is bold. Apart from her being a lawyer, she chose the right career. When I found out she was one, I was like, you chose the right career. She's a woman that could stand in place of 10 men speaking for people. When the whole ICE thing happened, she spoke. When everything happened, she spoke. She is one person always fighting for everyone. She doesn't only fight for black people or maybe for Texas alone. She stood out for everybody. And I'm so shocked that people actually didn't still vote for her. Like, what is happening? So a lot of people have said, I saw a video of a young man who was saying that the reason why she lost in Texas is because a lot of, I think one of the biggest, community in Texas happened to be the Latinos, and she has pissed off the Latinos. In fact, she has pissed off a lot of people, okay, because, yeah, Jasmine is that person that speaks her mind and own it, right? So the guy was saying that the reason is because she got, she actually spoke ill about, what's her name again? Nikki. Okay, she said she doesn't like Nikki or so. I don't know. I think Nikki or so. So a lot of, people from the Latino community got angry, and the Babs, of course, got angry as well. And they were like, you cannot hate this person and expect us to actually vote for it. Like, I don't even understand what that guy was saying in that video. But yeah, he's making his own sense, okay, his own way, and all of that. So when I saw that video, and I saw videos of people coming out, like the white woman who was talking about how, she's this, she's that, Jasmine is, a ghetto, and she has always owned it, and she said that she is one, so that they are tired of someone like that. Wait, I think one of the reasons why most women jealous other women is just one thing. Let me break it down, you guys. If those women cannot do what the other woman is doing or cannot find themselves in that position, jealousy steps in. Especially when it has to do with Pam and Black. Like, you guys, must we always fight in things like this? Because I don't see any other reason why it has to be it has to play like the same scenario keep playing. You guys saw what happened with the election last year, right? You guys actually saw what happened. Not last year, 2 years ago, right? You guys saw what happened, how, a qualified black woman actually lost the election. And now another qualified woman, black woman, happened to lose another election. And I think somebody else mentioned, I think Justin mentioned another black lady who has also lost. And guess who they always lost to, or they always lose election to? Is usually white men, okay, they're always listening to. And you guys keep saying that it's not racist. Like these scenarios keep playing out, and you say it's not one. Okay. Now, people have always told you guys that you need to actually vote for your own interest, especially voting for somebody who actually cares. I've seen videos of people actually say that her own party dished her out because they are done with her and all of that. I don't know how true that is, but with this, I'm so shocked. Yes, it's only her party, like her own party, that can actually vote for her. Okay, because it's actually primaries. It's not like it's the entire Texas that voted or something. I don't know. But girl, this is one thing that people need to actually look out for. People have also, talked about the guy who won, and some people like saying, I don't really trust this guy, but yeah, it happened. And some people are like saying, okay, maybe they might have to vote for another person instead of this guy, maybe, voting Republican instead of Democrats. I don't even know, but it's something that people really need to ponder over. Like, think about it deeply. What do you think played out? Do you think Jasmine played herself, or you think that they played her, or what actually do you think happened within this? Anyway, share your own take in the comments. Credit belongs to original creators of these videos. I look forward to seeing you all on my next. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.